We're almost there. And I want you to think about something else. We're almost there with the 30-day challenge, 31-day challenge actually, in drawing an apple a day. And I guess you really progressed in your skills and also in the way you're doing things. And maybe you realize that when you're creative, you have the tendency to also break the habits in which you're doing things. And maybe you're not even aware of what you are doing always the same. But I want you to think about change. And change a certain way that you haven't thought of it before, but today you are going to. For example, you can create a lot of drama in a drawing and let the light being super focused on one area. And since you are the master, you can create that mood the way nobody else can, really. I also want you to think of continuing with me on a regular basis as a subscription with coaching. That means I have not seen your work, but I like to see it, and I like to see if you and I think the same about certain things that you tried, but you're not really sure if that was really the way I meant it. The coaching subscription is something like I send you videos, not every day, but more when you need it. When I want to explain something that you're doing, and I make a demo then of what I really want to express. So it's very personal, very personalized. You and I have a meeting once a week per Zoom. And if I get a couple of people, no more than 5, together in a group, I will put you all in that same group so you can learn from each other and talk to each other about what you're trying to achieve. It is a very pleasant way of working from your home, learning something new, breaking your own boundaries, and moving forward on this beautiful journey into the arts. I hope to see you soon. Here I have a little cup, an espresso cup, and an apple almost eaten. It's a little cup with a design of Picasso. If you have a cup with a design, you have to be careful to go with the decoration around, with the roundness, that the decoration is not flat. But let's just start from the beginning and let's do the best we can. So this has kind of a mathematical order. There's ovals, there's straight lines, there's a lot of negative shapes. Try to learn to see it as negative shapes and see where the line of the saucer hits the line of the cup. This is a negative shape. It's very important. And then there's another second negative shape. You could measure it with a ruler, but I would suggest you don't. Put it upside down if you have doubts. But learn to see all the shapes that are there in an abstract way, because that's the whole exercise. That's the whole idea of making all these drawings, making them more and more complicated as we go, to see where the certain lines hit other lines, cross other lines, and of course also the values, the various values. How dark is it? How light is it? What is the lightest light? What is the darkest dark? Are we creating mood of, are we keeping everything light? And if you teach yourself from the beginning to not have the ruler, then you allow yourself to make mistakes. You allow yourself to make it look like kind of crooked, but you can also get away with it because it's just a drawing. It's not a photograph. As much as we're trying to mimic a photograph and do the best we can on making it accurate, everybody sees that this is a drawing. At least that's what I would suggest. Make it look like a drawing. Here, when you have the decoration, remember that you go with the roundness of the cup. That is really important. That will make the cup, create the illusion of roundness immediately. Just like with the folds in the fabric, it will accelerate the feeling of roundness, of real, something that is real, believable, is believable. So here we have the almost eaten apple, and you make your own version, of course. But don't only do the cup and saucer and the apple. Really make the surroundings part of it from the start. And this is really the very last drawing that we're doing, and all the elements come together in this drawing. The mood, the negative shapes, the hatching, the cross hatching, the smudging, the erasing, almost like the perspective too. If you ever want to know, a lot of people say, well, perspective, drawing is perspective, that's so hard. No, it's not hard. You just need to learn to see the abstract shapes. Once you see it, please believe that that's what it is. Now here I'm having trouble with the oval, which is weird because I had it right in the beginning, and for some reason I'm not really trusting this. Don't do what I'm doing. Do a much better job, and change pencils as well. Once you have the biggest part on the paper, then go to a softer pencil so that you can really get the darkest dark. I have not changed the pencil, but it's nice. We're making the last drawing. You can sign this and put it in your sketchbook, save it forever, and realize that that is what you learned in the course of a month. Can you imagine if you keep going and you keep going to drawing buildings and houses and interiors and trees and landscapes, how far you could get in a year maybe? I think it's definitely worth trying to maintain a sketchbook for the smaller items. Keep practicing. Keep also surrendering to the moment. Because if you're in a hurry and you think, oh yeah, let me really fast do this cup and saucer, it's probably not going to work. You might be really good at that, but I would suggest you not do it. Surrender to the moment, and also embrace the moment of quiet. Just this is your little quiet time that I hope by now you told all the family members to leave you alone when you're drawing, and to let you have this little moment for yourself in which you are going to draw. I actually do think I got a much softer pencil here. And now you're going to the very, very darkest dark. Keep hatching and cross hatching. I do it very fast, but the video is also very fast. I'm not drawing this fast. But I do everything with hatching and cross hatching. And once you get into the the habit of doing that, it becomes second nature. So let's go to the very last ending of the drawing, and then I'll see you one more